All right, no filter MMA family. This would be your boy BJ back with another live stream, guys. I'm telling y'all, I'm not gonna be on here for long. I'm not gonna be on here for long. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be on here for long today. I just want to come on and talk right quick, guys, because this just opened up a whole new door for your boy. Okay? Y'all see the headline. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. I ain't got to explain it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to argue with nobody about that. Okay? You guys see it. You heard it. Miesha Tate returns to the UFC, baby. Oh my gosh. This is just why this is the wildest thing I think I've ever this is the last thing that I expected. Now, about a month or so ago, I did do a video short where I first started seeing like Miesha posting that she was training and that, you know what I'm saying, like she was passionate about training. But every time they asked Miesha, like, okay, we get that you are into training again. What about a return? She would always give that open-ended question, that open-ended answer, like, oh, well, you know, I wouldn't want to return unless my heart is 100% in it, and the door is always open. I have 6 fights left on my contract. Like, Miesha would give that, she would give that run-of-the-mill answer. You know what I'm saying? And so that kind of put hope in me. So I made the video saying, you know, guys, Miesha Tate is starting to train MMA again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if she's doing it just to get back in shape, or is it like just a publicity thing? Like, you know, she's the vice president of one. You know, she's got 2 babies now. Like, she's got kids. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, you know, that Miesha Tate actually is this, and not only did we get an announcement saying that Miesha is returning, but we got a fight announcement all wrapped up in one. You get the solidification that Miesha Tate is returning to the sport, returning to the UFC, has a 6-fight contract left. Like, she left having 6 fights left on her contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like Miesha signed she had to sign an 8-fight contract, or at least it was either a 7 or 8-fight contract that she signed before she fought Rocky Pennington. Or maybe it was before she fought him, and maybe her last fight on her contract was the Holly Holm fight. You know what I'm saying? So this just like Miesha, she feels it. Like, and I've been noticing, like, I follow Miesha, of course, and I've just been noticing that Miesha looks to be in phenomenal shape. Loves Kimberly, what's popping? Hey, boo. Miesha been around the cage with her husband. Isn't she living in Asia? This is so cool, though. No, she was living in Singapore, but now she's back. Now she's back in the States. She's been back in the States for a while. Yeah, she's been back in the States for a while. But, you know, just the announcement that she's fighting, like, she has a fight. Now, the question, of course, poses, you know, the question is, how is Miesha Tate going to look? We always talk about how the sport of MMA has moved past the Rondas, the Mieshas. Some people say Kat. I don't think so with Kat. You know, the Alexis Davis, the Mary Renault. People say that the sport of MMA has moved past that first, you know, Liz Carmouche, Sarah McMahon, you know, that first wave of MMA that came through. They're saying, you know, and not saying they, but us, me, I say it too. You know, I said that the sport has evolved past those scrappy grapplers. You know what I'm saying? Like, every last one of the people that were, every last one of the Bantamweight roster was a scrappy grappler back in the day. You know, you didn't get the first striker, really, I mean, you had Raquel Pennington, but you didn't get the first like solid striker. Um, you are you saying Miesha is better? I mean, I don't. Is Miesha better than Macy or Macy better? To be honest, man, the greater than less than symbols they confused the fuck out of me. I ain't even gonna lie, and I was a AB honor roll student and good grades in college, and the greater than and less than sign still confuses me to this day. Macy is better. You say what you want to say, man. Abdul, you say what you want to say, bro. Kimberly said, but she's been around the one league, is what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like she's never really left the sport of MMA. Like Miesha always has been involved in the sport of WMMA, in the sport of MMA since she left. She had a brief stint on the commentating desk in the UFC, and she went to one. So she's never like she competes in Submission Underground. Like she does this. Like she lives and breathes mixed martial arts. So like Miesha bounced back real fast after this second baby, man. Like this second baby, she snapped back real quick and was training. And I'm like, okay, we see Miesha Tate training. What's going on? But guys, we have a fight book against Marion Renaud July 17th. I mean, there's a reason they gave her Grandma Renaud instead of Keonzada or Macy. Right, I was just gonna say that she was commentating fights too. Yes, she was. I think that Marion Renaud, this is the thing. They offered Miesha Renaud. You know what I'm saying? Like they offered that. It's not like Miesha chose Marion Renaud to fight. Like Miesha probably would have fought anybody. She probably would have. Listen, Miesha wants to fight Amanda Nunes. You know what I'm saying? That's who Miesha Tate wants to fight. She wants Amanda Nunes. But as far as like the fight with Marion Renaud, they offered that to Miesha Tate. You know what I'm saying? And if you ask me, that's a very winnable fight for Miesha Tate. That's a very winnable fight for Miesha. You know what I'm saying? Miesha comes back, makes a statement against Renaud. Listen, Renaud is tough. No matter who you are, Renaud is tough. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good fight for her. Maybe Miesha can run it back with Rocky Pennington. She can run it back with Holly Holmes. She can fight Ketlin Vieira. She can fight Yana Kunitskaya. She can fight a rematch with Sarah McMahon. She can fight Jermaine Durandame. Like, Miesha can fight anybody. Because think about it. Miesha only lost one fight after she lost the belt. She lost to Rocky Pennington, and that was it. Right, Kimberly. Yeah, like, okay, Abdul says, not saying Miesha is ducking. The UFC knows time has passed Miesha up. That could be true. You never know. But that's the thing, Abdul. We got to see if Miesha has evolved. We got to see if Miesha has evolved. We can't write her off if we haven't seen anything. Miesha hadn't fought in years. You know what I'm saying? Miesha hadn't fought in years. So we can't be like, what, it's past Miesha. Like, at this current moment, yes, the sport has passed up Miesha Tate. But we gotta see. Listen, the sport now has passed what Miesha Tate, the last Miesha Tate that we saw. The last Miesha Tate, even the Miesha that fought Holly, which I think that was the best of Miesha Tate. You know what I'm saying? I think even in that fight, the sport has even passed that version of Miesha at this current moment. We got to see Miesha Tate in the cage, guys. We got to see Miesha Tate in the cage. And I know you guys are wondering, why does BJ have photos of Montana De La Rosa mixed in with these photos of Miesha Tate? Did you guys even notice? Or, I'm going to get to that. But I bet you guys are wondering, why does BJ have photos of Montana De La Rosa mixed in here with Miesha Tate? Montana is getting a free win. Abdul, man, you can't be coming in bold like that, man. Abdul, why you always gotta come in bold like that, man? Why you always gotta come in dropping shit like that, Abdul? Come on, man. He just be coming in dropping shit. He don't care what he say. Oh, she's a mom now. She's probably got something to prove. Right, Kimberly. I hear that drive out of Michelle Watterson. That being a mom brings a different drive. It brings a different drive out of these girls. It brings a different. It brings something out of these. Look at Alexis Davis. Look at how Alexis Davis went in there and fought like a true fucking veteran against Sabina Mazo. Look, I mean, Alexis Davis went in there after taking those losses, man, and she mentioned her kids ahead of this fight. You know what I'm saying? Alexis Davis went in there and fought. Look how hard Yana Kunitskaya fights. Look at how hard Kunitskaya goes out there and fights. She's got a son. Look at the drive. Look at what brought Kat Zingano back to the sport. Listen, what Kat Zingano went through, people would have retired. People would have retired. Kat said her son is what pushed her through. Michelle Watterson wants that belt so bad. I don't always agree with Michelle Watterson, but she wants that belt so bad. Look at the tear that Mackenzie Dern is on right now, man. Look at the tear that Mackenzie Dern is on right now. She's tearing through these girls, man. Being a mom brings something different out of these girls. Look at Juliana Pena. Look how hard Pena done went. Look how hard Pena done went since she had her baby. Olga Rubin absolutely loves Kimberly. Olga Rubin is another one. You know what I'm saying? She out there fighting the best Olga Rubin out here fighting the best featherweights in the world. You know what I'm saying? These girls are doing it for their kids. Brandon Silva is getting a free. Now, Bueno Silva versus Botello, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. That's definitely a good fight. Yep, Juliana Pena, man. Look how hard Juliana done went since having that baby. Look how hard. And Montana De La Rosa. She's a young mom. Look how hard Montana go. Listen, we can't ever say that Montana doesn't go in there and that Montana goes there and puts on lackluster fights. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Montana De La Rosa goes in here and goes hard against these girls. You know what I'm saying? Being a mom is something different for these girls, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I think Montana is the youngest mom in the UFC. Yeah, she's the youngest mom in the UFC. Think about it. Montana's daughter is like 8 or 9, and Montana's like 25. You know what I'm saying? Like, Montana almost got a 10-year-old, and she ain't even 25. Like, she ain't even halfway through her 20s yet. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is with that. Let's see here, guys. Let me get my stream acting up. Is my stream acting up or is it good? Y'all let me know. Is my stream acting up or is it good? Y'all let me know. Is the stream acting up or is it straight? Is it straight? Is it straight? Is it straight? Okay, I think it's straight. But anyway, yeah, man, these moms are different. We got to see how Nina Ansaroff come back versus another mom. You know, so these girls got kids out here, man. They fighting for kids. So, you know, we'll see. But back to where I bet you guys are wondering, why does BJ have pictures of Montana De La Rosa mixed in here with Miesha Cupcake Tate? Okay, dealing with 2 active keys. Oh, right, loves Kimberly for sure. Listen, guys, this is why I gravitated toward Montana De La Rosa so much. There's your reason, guys. There's your reason as to why I fucks with Montana De La Rosa. No, Abdul. I mean, you know, I haven't been able to secure the interview with Montana. I've been trying so hard to get it, man. And she reads all the messages. Like Instagram tells you that it reads the messages. You know, won't you guys help me out? Won't you guys start sending Montana messages saying, you know, hey, man, this guy talks about you all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to interview with him. Like, you owe him an interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, you owe BJ an interview because he's the only person on YouTube that believes you have any hope of being one of the best, you know, of getting to the top of 125 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So maybe my subscribers should help me. All of y'all should go on Instagram and message Montana and be like, yo, Montana, man, like, you owe this guy an interview. And then maybe we can get Montana De La Rosa on here, guys. But I am working on a big interview, guys. How scared was she? I don't think Montana was scared at all, man. Cause Montana, like when they were standing at range, Montana was beating her up. Like Montana was landing the better strikes on Silva. So I don't think Montana was scared of Bueno Silva at all. Because Montana was the one piecing up Bueno Silva in that fight. The damage you see on Montana's face, that came from knees in the clinch. That didn't. I was about to say Abdul. Man, Abdul crazy, man. I'm gonna have to make Abdul a damn moderator of this channel, man. I'm gonna have to make him a moderator. I'm gonna have to give Abdul a wrench. Loves Kimberly. I'm gonna have to give you a wrench too. Yeah, man. I mean, these girls take damage in here, man. I mean, when you're taking knees to the face, that's what happens. You know, Montana could have got away, stopped engaging in that clinch with Bueno Silva, man. And if Montana would have kept picking her off at range, Montana could have knocked Bueno Silva out. Like, straight up. Montana was like, if Montana would have committed to her striking and been confident in her striking, Montana could have knocked Bueno Silva out because those shots were landing clean. Like, Montana's 1-2 was landing, and her jab, it was landing clean, man. Like, no joke. Montana was landing clean on Bueno Silva. And she abandoned the strike, and I'm like, Montana, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Keep punching her. Like, keep staying at range. Keep throwing the jab. Keep hitting the 1-2, the 2-1. Montana, what are you doing? Like, I was screaming, like, Montana, please get back to the striking. Like, stay out of the clinch. But then again, she's a young fighter, and she has room to grow. Tons of room to grow. So let's hope that from fight to fight, we can see. And from fight to fight, from her last fight to this fight, I saw a better judge of distance. You know what I'm saying? I seen a better, like, she knew right when Bueno Silva came into her range because she spent 3 rounds striking with Viviane Araújo. So, I mean, I guess that really, like, familiarized her as far as, like, her range. Because soon as Bueno Silva came into the range, she was getting hit by Montana. So, it is what it is with that. But, guys, I'm telling you, is it so hard to believe why I like Montana De La Rosa so much? Because I was a huge Miesha Tate fan. And the minute that I seen Montana fight, that's who she reminded me of. The minute I seen how she fought, you know what I'm saying, how she wrestled, how good her wrestling is. You know what I'm saying? Like, how good the wrestling is. That, for one. And the fact that, let's see, hold on. And the fact that she, the fact that she, her wrestling is so good, for one. And the fact that she'll stand and bang and throw hard shots, man. But I have to say, like, as far as striking, Montana is a better striker than Miesha Tate as of this current moment. This current moment, you know, I would say Montana was the better, more technical. Montana uses a lot of technique. It's not the most technique, but she uses a lot of technique in her approach to striking versus Miesha is not very technical, but effective. Like, the way Montana swings the right hand, look at that. Like, the way she swings that right hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way she mauls girls on the ground when she gets them down. Listen, when Miesha was at the top of 135 pounds, Miesha had the best top control and best ground and pound in the division. There was nobody who was holding girls down and ground and pounding them like Miesha Tate was. Nobody. There was nobody at 135 pounds that was holding girls down and dominating them in top position like Miesha Tate was. Okay? The way Miesha was able to find a way. Listen, if you guys are like latecomers to the sport, right, loves Kimberly. Yeah. It's going to be an amazing wrestling match. Yeah, if she, her and Rayno on the ground, oof. But yeah, man, like the way, Miesha was able to work around Holly. Mina Bay Mina Bay, what's up? What's popping, Mina Bay? Mina Bay, you see what Miesha Tate returning, baby. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, it's on and popping, man. It's on and popping, guys. It's on and popping. Listen, Mina and Kimberly, I told them. I said, y'all think y'all hear me talk a lot about Jillian and Montana? Now that Miesha Tate, listen, I started my podcast after Miesha Tate. After Miesha had already lost to Rocky, she had lost to Amanda Nunes. Right, Mina Bay. You right about that. You right about that, Mina Bay. Tate has better defense than De La Rosa, absolutely. But I never had that chance to talk about Miesha. Like, with her being one of my fighters, guys, I did not start a podcast until after Miesha retired. Like, it wasn't very long after, but it was after, so there was I never discussed an upcoming Miesha Tate fight on No Filter MMA, guys. And it feels, as a fan of Miesha Tate, it feels so good, guys. It feels so good. Listen, guys, I was a diehard, heavy fan of Miesha Tate all the way back from Strikeforce. When she beat up when she submitted Marlos Conan for the Strikeforce belt, guys, because I was a big fan of Marlos Conan. Okay? Marlos Conan is also somebody who I hoped would make a return, guys. But Marlos said, no. Listen, guys. Oh, man. That just touches my heart when I think about Marlos Conan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get kind of emotional because I love, like, Marlos Conan I hate that her career is over. You know what I'm saying? I hate that Marlos Conan's career is over because Marlos was such a gritty and tough fighter and such a pioneer for women's MMA. Like, Marlos is one of the Marlos Conan for me, it wasn't Gina Carano. I like Gina. Gina was good, but for me, it was Marlos Conan. It was always I was like, because I always thought Marlos was sexy. I always thought Marlos Conan was sexy. You know what I'm saying? I always thought she was. So it was when Miesha Tate submitted Marlos Conan, I wasn't mad because I'm like, okay, this Miesha Tate girl is very scrappy. She's scrappy. She's like not polished over. She's very rough around the edges. Like, her striking is not that good, but her grappling is very good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then after that, she fought Julie Kedzie. Was it Julie Kedzie or was it who did she fight after Marlos Conan? Oh, she defended it against Ronda Rousey. She fought Ronda Rousey after Marlos Conan. And then I think after she lost to Rousey the first time, then she fought Julie Kedzie. I can't remember, y'all. I can't remember. That's so long ago. Strikeforce is so long ago. But she fought Julie Kedzie. She beat Julie Kedzie. Then that's when I think the UFC absorbed Strikeforce. It was after that. But I think that was Miesha's last fight. And Strikeforce was against Julie Kedzie. I think so. Oh, yeah, man. Like, if you don't fought Julie Kedzie, man, you done been fighting for a long time. I would like to see her opinion. How old is Tate now? Tate like 33, maybe? Maybe 33, 34. I don't think she's 35. No, she ain't 35 yet. Let's see. Let's see how old Miesha Tate is. Miesha Tate. Let's see how old Miesha Tate is. She's 34. Okay, I feel like she didn't. Yeah. Yeah, she's 34 years old. She's been out for 5 years and she's coming back. She is coming back. She's been out 5 years and Miesha Tate is returning to the UFC to fight Marion Reneau. All right, let's look up Miesha Tate's record. Let's look at who Miesha fought. Get that record, 18-7, man. Whew. Miesha had a good, solid record. Let's look and see here. Let's see. Let's look. Let's go back to these Strikeforce days. Yeah, so her first fight in Strikeforce was against Elena Maxwell. She won that. And then she went and fought for Cage Sport, freestyle cage fighting, Atlas fights, freestyle cage fighting again and then she won all those fights. Then she came back to Strikeforce and fought Sarah Kaufman, and she lost to Sarah Kaufman. And then she went back to Cage Sport, went back to Cage, freestyle cage fighting. And then she came back to Strikeforce again. Okay, she came back to Strikeforce again. So she beat Sarah Oriza. Wait a minute. When she returned to Strikeforce, she fought Zola Fausto. Then she fought twice in one night against Hitomi Akano and Maju Kujala, and she won the tournament. She won the Bantamweight tournament for Strikeforce and became but then she ended up fighting. That's how she got to fight Marlos Conan for the championship, and she beat Marlos Conan. Right, okay, so then she fought Ronda Rousey, and then she lost to Ronda, lost the belt to Ronda, and then she beat Julie Kedzie. And then after that is when they came into the UFC. So the Julie Kedzie fight was the last Strikeforce fight she had, and one of the last Strikeforce fights, period. Then she came into the UFC and was on a 2-fight skid, lost to Kat, lost to Rousey. Then she beat Carmouche, Nakai, McMahon, and then she went on to beat Holly Holm and then lost to Nunes and Pennington. So, for the time that Miesha Tate came up in the UFC, came up in mixed martial arts, her resume is really not that bad. I mean, just to be honest with you, her resume, she's got a solid resume for the time that she came up into the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Now, comparison to people's resumes now, then, it's not that good. But talking about the time that Miesha Tate came into the UFC and started growing in mixed martial arts, the scrappy beginnings of Strikeforce and all of that, you know what I'm saying? That's a solid record. Let's look at these comments. Not bad. Valentina is 33. Yep. She's not in some, she's been in some wars. Yeah. Yeah. My favorite wrestler used to be Zingano. Yeah, Zingano's just the difference between Zingano and Miesha in that fight was just explosiveness. Zingano was more explosive than Miesha Tate. She made Miesha fight at a pace that she wasn't used to fighting at, Zingano Tate, one of my top 3. Oh, dude, Zingano versus Tate was a damn brawl. It was a brawl for the damn ages. You know what I'm saying? And Miesha, she lost that fight, but what a fight. What a fight. Oh my God, you're right. I remember her loss to Kaufman. Yeah, Kimberly. Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, she lost to Sarah Kaufman, big jiggly butt. Yep, she did. PCBH. That's it. PCBH. Hell yeah. He said, Miesha's back. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, man. Yeah, Mina Bay, she's got to evolve. Now, I'm going to pull it back a little bit. Miesha has to evolve. Miesha has to be a better Miesha than she was when she left. Absolutely. 100%. We're not going to look past that. We're not going to look past that. You know what I'm saying? Her striking got her a win over. She did beat Holly Holm. But, Miesha's striking got to be better. She got to start landing them punches. She got to start landing them punches. Mina basically, I think she could beat Holly again. Yeah, I think Miesha beats Holly again too. But then I don't know because Holly done been in there. Holly been active. Holly has had a lot of fights since Miesha Tate left, since she fought Miesha. And Miesha has not. So, Yeah, man. Johnny Nunes, yeah, he'll get it together, man. They'll make sure Miesha's ready, man. She's off from up under Brian Caraway. Thank the Lord. She's off from up under Brian Caraway. Who? Who's like 40? Are you talking about Holly? Miesha gotta win this because it would look bad being out for 5 years and losing to someone on a 4-fight lose streak. Yeah. But activity plays a role here too. Man, Renault, even though she's been losing, she's been fighting. She's been losing, but she's been fighting. Now, what approach will Marion Renault take to this fight? I don't think Marion Renault would be scared to take this fight. Right, Mina Bay, she got time to heal. Yep, you right. Listen, that fight with Nunes, that aged her like that. That aged her fighting body a lot. She took a lot of damage in that fight with Amanda Nunes. You know what I'm saying? Like, the defense was horrible. Like, she didn't even try to get out of the way of those punches, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to on the feet, though, like, Marion Renault throws hard punches, but does she hit harder than Miesha Tate, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, does she hit harder than Miesha? And Miesha would engage her on the feet. Like, Marion Renault is not a knockout artist. Like, Miesha, that's the type of fighter that Miesha would engage on the feet. Is somebody like that. You think so, Mina Bay? You think that Holly fight? Yeah, Miesha had to fight hard in that fight. You know what I'm saying? And it went 5 rounds too. Yeah, like Miesha had to fight hard in that fight, man. That was the hardest. That was the smartest Miesha I ever seen. Then, like, right after that, she fought Amanda Nunes and made so many mistakes in that fight. Like, Miesha made so many mistakes in that fight with Amanda Nunes. But it's okay. It's good. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Like, she learned from that. She made so many mistakes in that fight with Amanda Nunes, and Amanda just capitalized on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she capitalized on the mistakes. Like, the first mistake was Miesha didn't have her hands up. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't have her hands up. Like, she had her hands out, ready to take Amanda Nunes down. And Miesha even shot for the takedown. She shot for the takedown. You know what I'm saying? And she almost had it, but that was after she had already been hit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if she'd have got the takedown, she would have secured that takedown, and maybe it would have been different. Marion's right hand is pretty powerful. Yeah, but is Marion's right hand like Miesha's right hand, though? Let's not forget about Miesha Tate's right hand. We can't forget about Miesha's right hand. Shit. Yeah, but I mean, Marion Renault, she'll pop you with punches, but is she popping like Miesha Tate? Yeah, I think you're right, Mina Bay. Yeah, she took a lot of damage. She took some, but she wasn't beat up really in that fight with Holly. Like I'm saying, like Holly didn't really sit down and really catch Miesha with anything clean. Like she was never able to catch Miesha clean like she was catching Ronda. You know what I'm saying? So that's what was kind of frustrating Holly. I mean, Holly would have won the fight if it had went to the judges. You know what I'm saying? But Holly, she never could land those flush head kicks and those elbows and stuff like that. Like, she could never land that. Only thing Miesha was eating was, like, jabs and shit. Like, that's really all Miesha ate in that fight was, like, jabs and shit. Right, BJ? Remember when Miesha... PCBH, bro. He said, you remember when Miesha dropped Jessica, bro? Yes, dude. Yes, I remember that. PCBH, bro. Yeah. I mean, like, Holly never landed clean on Miesha, though. Like, if you go and watch that fight, yeah, go back and watch. It's a good fight to watch. It's a long fight, though. It's a long chess matchy type fight. It's not like a brawl. Like, it didn't turn out to be a brawl like a lot of people thought it was. A lot of people thought it was going to be Miesha and Holly, like, in the phone booth, like, just trading. You know what I'm saying? I would have been happy to see that. But I think, I mean, if that was the case, I think if they were in the phone, if Miesha and Holly had fought in the phone booth, I think that Miesha's punches would have added up more than Holly's as far as like power for power. Miesha had Miesha had more power. She has more power when she swings that right hand than Holly does. Like Holly is a precision striker with pop. She got pop. There's a difference between pop and power. Like Valentina has pop. Joanna Jędrzejczyk has pop. You know what I'm saying? Like Yana Kunitskaya has pop. You know, people like Amanda Nunes, Macy Chasson, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, uh, uh, let's see, Jessica Andrade, Jennifer Maya, Viviane Araújo, they got power. Those girls got power. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. It's a little different. She's not Jessica eyes out of her head, and when she got the rings knocked out of her. When she hit Jessica Eye, you heard bring. You heard that sonic noise. Bring. Okay, Lowe's Kimberly says, I think Holly never went up. I think Holly never went up against a wrestler like Miesha at the time, especially if she can tumble with Olympic judo medalists. Right, yes. I remember Holly had Tate bloodied up. Tate was never bloody. Like, no, Tate didn't get bloody. No, Miesha Tate wasn't bleeding in that fight. No, Holly never drew blood from Miesha. No, I think, no, Holly never drew blood. Miesha never bled in that fight. I think if she fought Nunes first, maybe she would have had more grit than. Yeah, man, that you right. You might be right, Mina Bay. That Holly fight probably did take everything out of Miesha, though. It probably took Miesha at 105% to beat that version of Holly. That version of Holly was unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? But it probably took every ounce of everything that Miesha had to defeat her. So yeah, man. So Mina, you might be right. If she had fought Nunes first, we could have seen like a Zingano Nunes, maybe. You know what I'm saying? We could have seen that type of fight. But, you know, Miesha was, and then she had a bad weight cut. UFC 200 when she fought Nunes. She had a bad weight cut. Like, she looked bad on the scale. That's when Miesha was, everybody was like, all right, Miesha, you know, are you going to move up? You know, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, she had a bad weight cut, but she seems to be in much better shape. Maybe the Mackenzie Dern effect is going on with Miesha. With, you know, you have a baby, your metabolism gets better. Tate's nose was a bit red, but no blood. Yeah, like her face was red from the jabs and shit, but she wasn't bleeding. No, she never bled in that fight. It wasn't no blood. It wasn't no bloody match. Like, cause I mean, like I said, Holly didn't really land anything clean. It was mostly just like jabs and shit. You know, Holly was landing jabs, but you know, Holly went to sleep, and I low key laughed, but I tried not to because I love me some Holly. But it was funny when Miesha choked her out. Y'all crazy. I'm not comparing Andrade's power to them. I'm not comparing no one else's. No one's. I'm not comparing their power. I'm just saying those girls hit with intent. Like Jennifer Maya, Viviane Araújo. Like, I'm just naming girls in the division other than like, you know, Chukagian or you know people like that. Like, you know, Viviane hits you. Like, look at the damage that occurred on Montana De La Rosa's face, man, from that fight, and it was mostly jabs. You know what I'm saying? And she busted Montana De La Rosa up. Like, she busted her up in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, whew, she got busted up in that fight. So, you know, it was like one of the best comeback performances. Yeah, Mina Bay. Absolutely. And when Miesha took her down in round 2, Miesha dominated round 2. And Miesha just, I mean, beat the hell out of Holly. Almost. Listen, when you go back and watch that fight, listen to the crowd in round 2. The crowd in round 2 was probably the loudest crowd I think I've ever heard in a fight, man. Like, that makes me miss the crowds because they were crazy. That was crazy. Imagine if Ronda comes back now. We would get Ronda versus Miesha trilogy fight. Ooh, you don't think that'll draw some pay-per-views? That'll draw some motherfucking pay-per-views. I'm telling you, that'll draw some pay-per-views. Ronda got to take out her partials because Liz Carmouche broke her teeth with squeezing Ronda's face. She did. Yep. And then Holly fucked her teeth up too. Andrade Nunes best one punch power. And Megan Anderson. You got to put Megan Anderson in there too. Megan got one punch power. Megan just don't use it like she's supposed to. But Megan got one punch power. Megan will put you out. Megan will put you out. Crazy, 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 guys. But yes, this is why I fucks with Montana De La Rosa so heavy, y'all. Okay, she's not in the UFC anymore. Okay. All right. That's true. But Marina Rodriguez got that kind of power, though. Marina Rodriguez got that kind of power. We sleeping on Rodriguez. Rodriguez got that power. Yeah, I think Miesha would win in a rematch in the third fight. I think Miesha would get that. For sure. Miesha versus Pena. I remember when Juliana Pena first came around, like she was calling out Ronda. She was calling out Miesha. You know, and Miesha entertained it. Miesha was like, there's Julie. They was asking Miesha, like, what do you want to do next? And she's like, there's Juliana Pena out there. Like, like she was entertaining. Like she was wanting to fight Pena. And then, she got the title shot, I think. I don't think Rebus has a glass chin. I just think that Rodriguez is that motherfucker when it come to striking. Marina Rodriguez is that motherfucker. That's what it is. I'm just gonna be real with you. She that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Marina Rodriguez is that motherfucker when it comes to striking. Like, she's one of the best strikers at 115 pounds. She just ain't got no ground game. You know what I'm saying? She just ain't got no ground game. But when it comes to standing on the feet, she got accuracy, speed, precision, and power. You know what I'm saying? That's because look who she fought though. She's like Carla Esparza. Carla ain't gonna stand and trade with that girl. Carla gonna take that girl down, man. Carla Esparza is too good. She's too much of a veteran to let somebody like Marina Rodriguez beat her up like that. She's too much of a veteran. Miesha and Juliana said they'd only fight each other if one of them was the champ because they're friends and Miesha was her coach on Tough. Yeah, Miesha had to fight Rocky too, though. They put Rocky in front of Miesha, and Miesha took that fight. And stuff. So she was also Rocky Pennington's coach too. But now do y'all see the grittiness, the toughness? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all see why I gravitated toward Montana De La Rosa the way that I graduated toward Montana? Do you guys finally see why now? Like, do I have to keep explaining why I like Montana De La Rosa? It's because she reminds me of Miesha Cupcake Tate. Instantly. It was instant. Mina Bay. I can't ever bet on someone with a son. Man, y'all going ham here today. Between you and Abdul Diop, man, and Loves Kimberly, I'm telling you, man, I can't deal with y'all today. Man. Oh, hell. Robert Henry. Miesha takedown. They don't want Miesha takedown. I'm telling you, dude, they don't want takedown. What's up, Robert Henry? But yeah, they don't want takedown to come back, man. Maybe she'll change her name back to Takedown. That'd be crazy if she did. Miesha Takedown Tate. I remember that, boy. But Takedown was such a dumb nickname, though. But it fit Miesha. Miesha take down Tate because that was her thing. Take down. Miesha's been training at Juliana's camp in Spokane recently. Yeah. That's crazy, man. They gonna have to fight. I mean, they similar. Listen, Miesha, Juliana, and Kat, they all kind of the same fighter. They're the same type of fighter. Kat Zingano, Miesha Tate, and Juliana Pena, they're the same. They're all the same. You know? So back then, preparing for one was kind of like preparing for all. Besides the little things that they do differently, but like Kat don't really commit to the feet like that. Like Kat's a good striker, but she don't stay on her feet that long. Like she don't stand there and bang on the feet with you. Like Kat looking for the quickest way to take your ass to the ground. That's what Zingano doing. She looking for the quickest way that she can fucking swing you around that octagon and around that cage. And I think that alone is why Kat Zingano versus Chris Cyborg is very intriguing. Is Kat not gonna stay there with Chris Cyborg? You know what I'm saying? Like Kat gonna make this fight real. Like Kat gonna make it real ugly. If her and Cyborg ever fight, man, it'll be ugly. It'll be ugly. It'll be an ugly fight. You know what I'm saying? Kat gonna make it dirty, man. There ain't gonna be no Cyborg on the feet. What's the girl that just fought Cyborg for the belt? Her name is in my head, y'all. What's the girl Cyborg just beat up? The boxer? Arlene Blencowe. It ain't gonna be like that because Arlene felt content to stand and trade with Cyborg. Like Arlene was trying, and Arlene did a decent job. Like she was in there. Like she fought. You know what I'm saying? But Kat not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Kat gonna be going for takedowns, upper body clinches. She gonna body Chris Cyborg up. And Kat is very strong. So, it's gonna be a question. Kat Zingano versus Chris Cyborg is gonna come down to who is the stronger fighter. Really, like who is the stronger fighter? Because not too many girls gonna make it out of Kat wrapping you up. You know what I'm saying? Like Kat wrapping you up, man. Whoo-wee. Kat is very explosive, man. Like that's the thing about Kat. That's why I always wanted to see Zingano versus Holly Holm. I think Kat would have beat Holly. Nah, Benefactor, you tripping, man. I don't think so, dude. Nah, I don't think so, man. I don't think Kat gonna get killed, dude. I really don't. I really and honestly, truly do not think that. I think Kat is capable of beating Chris Cyborg for sure. I think Kat can beat her. That style, man, that's what I'm saying. That style is very dangerous, man. Like, that style, that Zingano Tate Pena style, that's a dangerous, tricky style. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a weird style. It's a crazy style, man. And they can throw you off with that style. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Nah, Ben, I don't know. You're not listen, bro. This is MMA. You don't know anything. Nothing is ever 100% in MMA, bro. You never know what's gonna happen when they step in that cage. Who thought that Jan Blachowicz was gonna be Izzy? Nobody did. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know how shit go when they step into that octagon. You don't know. Nobody thought Megan's toe was gonna land in Zingano's eye. Everybody thought Zingano was gonna go out there and mollywop her. And what happened? A toe in the eye. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You'll never know what's gonna go on in there. Me and the base said, I wish it was Prime Cat. True. Me and the Bay. We thought Jan. Me and the Bay. We was on that Jan. We seen eye to eye on that Jan. For sure. Nah, Benefactor. No, sir. No, sir, man. No, sir. Listen, somebody gonna serve Chris Cyborg an ass whooping at Bellator. She's not gonna beat everybody at Bellator. Chris Cyborg is not gonna beat all of those flyweights, man. I just don't see that. I don't see that happening. She's not gonna beat them all. If they line them up, listen, she ain't got nowhere to go now. Invicta, she ended up leaving, going to the UFC. The UFC things went south with her in the promotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't got nowhere to go. Bellator is the last stop shop for Chris Cyborg. So there's nowhere for her to go. And just thinking she's going to run through these girls, I'm not sure about that. I don't know about that. Cyborg isn't the best. Like, she doesn't. Cyborg is decent on the ground. She's good on the ground. She is. Like, she is good on the ground. But her wrestling is not as good as Kat Zingano's. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kat, like I said, that's why I said, if Kat wraps up Chris, you know what I'm saying, and Kat drags her to the ground, and you know what I'm saying, like, and in the clinch, like, if Kat has got you in the clinch, one thing about Kat is that she will explode. Like, she'll just explode and take you down and throw you. Like, Kat will throw you. Like, her core strength is very, like, she has really strong core, because Kat can pick girls up, man. Standing, Kat can pick them up while she's standing straight up and slam you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kat Zingano, man, very explosive. You know what I'm saying? And if you allow Kat to work, Kat gonna work. I think Kat has better wrestling than Chris Cyborg. Absolutely. Kat Zingano has better wrestling than Chris Cyborg. Yes. Right. Yeah, like Kat is the type to suplex a motherfucker. Like, we've seen her do it. She did it to Amanda Nunes. She suplexed Amanda Nunes. Some of y'all don't like that. Some of y'all don't like me saying that. But it's true. She suplexed Amanda Nunes. Oh, listen to that great benefactor. Oh, hell. Also, Cyborg doesn't have the power of Nunes either. Ooh, listen to that PCBH. She's a volume puncher and doesn't hit as hard as people think. Oh, PCBH, you about to piss somebody off. Somebody about to get pissed off listening to that. She's still as strong as before. Listen, man, she Gabby Holloway, she threw Gabby Holloway ass all over that damn Bellator cage. And Gabby Holloway missed weight. She walked in, she weighed in at like 150 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gabby Holloway is a big woman. She missed weight and weighed in at 150 pounds, while Kat weighed in at 144 and a half. Yeah, like, Kat Zingano weighed in at 144 and a half, and Gabby Holloway weighed in at 150. So imagine what she was fighting at least 160. Kat probably 147, 148. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably as high as Kat get, 148, 150 maybe. Kat might get 150. At max 155. At max, Kat Zingano is 155. I'm telling you, Gabby Holloway walked in there about $160, $165 when she fought Kat Zingano. And Kat threw her ass all around that Bellator cage like it was nothing. Kat Zingano threw Gabby Holloway ass all over that Bellator cage like it was nothing. I'm telling you. Facts are facts, BJ. Oh, great benefactor. I know PCBH, right? If Kat German suplex Cyborg. She suplexed him in the Nunes. I'm telling y'all, Kat, hell. Like, people keep talking about Kat need to retire. Man, Kat Zingano is hell. And the fact that people act like they don't see that, it's just like, what? Kat's so sexy, though. Oh, my God. But Kat is, people say Kat ain't lost a step. Kat just lost some fights. Kat just lost a couple fights. And she ain't lost a step. I don't see where she's lost a step. People say they see where Kat lost a step. Listen, that Ketlin Vieira fight is the main fight that people talk about. You know what I'm saying? Kat Zingano, that fight was close. I thought Kat won that fight. That was a good fight. That Ketlin Vieira, Kat Zingano, that was a good fight. So I don't think Kat lost. I think Kat should have won that fight. I think it was a split decision, if I'm not mistaken. But Kat should have won that fight. Listen, man, it's a lot of dog left in that Zingano tank, man. I'm telling you, it's a lot of dog left in Zingano, man. A lot of people talk, but listen, a lot of these fighters have suffered what Kat has suffered. They just don't talk about it. Kat was bold to come out and talk about it. These fighters that have been savagely knocked out. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Cyborg, because that's the only, listen, that fight with Amanda Nunes, that's the only fight where Kat took that kind of damage. That's the only time you've seen Kat Zingano get hit that hard was in that fight with Amanda Nunes. I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Cyborg had the same thing happen after she fought Amanda Nunes, because she got finished. Like, she got face down, knocked out. Like, Chris Cyborg got face down, ass up, knocked out. Kat didn't get finished by Amanda Nunes. She just got hit. So, the majority of the reasons why Kat Zingano was out, y'all, you know what I'm saying, which she didn't find out till after she had done Joe Rogan and stuff like that. Her breast implants were poisoning her body from the inside, and they thought it was fight related. They thought it was something to do with like maybe her body wasn't functioning correctly, or thyroids or whatever. Kat Zingano, and see, when she went on Joe Rogan, she didn't know nothing about the breast implants yet. So people took that story from Joe Rogan and was like, okay, well, Kat's got brain damage and it's fucking with her body. She needs to retire. When really, yeah, the brain damage was one thing, but that was very minimal in comparison to what, I mean, it was she was concussed in that fight. That's what it was, y'all. She had a contusion, a brain contusion from that fight. Listen, a concussion is considered brain damage, y'all. So let's be mindful of what we're saying when we say brain damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, these fighters who get concussions when they get knocked out, that is brain damage. Kat had a brain contusion from getting hit. That's what that's the only knowledge she had of at that time of what was going on when she fought Amanda Nunes. After she fought Amanda Nunes, what it was the breast implants, guys. The breast implants were poisoning her from the inside out, and she had no idea what was going on with her body. And then on top of that, the deaths in her circle that she experienced, her breast implants was what was fucking her up. Notice Kat Zingano no longer has breast implants. Notice Kat Zingano was ready to fight after the breast implants got removed. You see what I'm saying? Like, people took that brain damage shit and contributed that to, and blanketed that for all the problems that Kat Zingano was having. When let alone, if on a scale of 100, it was about 20%. It was about 20% the death of the people in her circle, her husband and her coach. Okay, and it was about 20% brain damage, and then guys, it was really 60% the breast implants. That's what was going on with Zingano. So let's, that narrative that Kat's brain damage is what fucked her up, you know what I'm saying? That was very minimal in comparison to what was really going on inside of her body. So let me look at these comment sections. Oh yeah, GDR, you're right, Mina Bay. Kat should have been in WWE and hit Triple A. Kat is small at 145. A lot of girls in Bellator can beat up Kat, no problem. I don't think Kat is small at 145. No, I don't think so. Because a lot of the Bellator featherweights are former bantamweights who just, who former big bantamweights. Kat, I guess you're right, because Kat was a flyweight. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kat was a flyweight. But she said that, when she was fighting at 125, that was like extreme weight cutting. So that's why she went up to 135. But Kat's incredibly strong at 145, though. That's the thing. Kat is strong at 145. All right, let's see. Prime Kat would have beat Viviani in her prime. It would have been a fan. Uh-oh. It's worse when you get beat up like that, too. Yep. She had breast implants. Yeah, Kat had breast implants. If you look now, she no longer has those. Like, Mina Bay says, I think Kat is still good, but not in her prime. True, she's not in her prime. Kat would have finished Pena and Viviani. Okay, that's pretty bold. She also lost her boyfriend. She was going through that too. Yep. Kat was laying flat on her back and had Amanda Nunes punch her in the face into the canvas while having Back of her head on the ground. Not surprised she got brain damage. Yep. She lost her husband. Yep. Kat was a flyweight. Yes, Kat Zingano started her career at 125. Yep. Kat Zingano. I think it was Invicta, maybe? Was it Invicta? Let me look and see. But Kat started her career at 125. Let's go back. Let's go to Kat Zingano. Yeah, she fought let's see. Let's see how many fights Kat had at flyweight. Okay, no, she started at 135. Okay, so she won in her MMA debut. She won the inaugural Ring of Fire Women's Bantamweight Championship because she won that. Let's see. Okay, it wasn't until she was 4-0 that she won the inaugural Ring of Fire Women's Flyweight Championship. So she won. That's when she started fighting at flyweight. So she fought 1-2, and then the next fight won the Fight to Win Women's Flyweight Championship. Okay, that's 3 fights at flyweight. And then so she fought 3 times she fought Barb Honchak. Nice, she beat Barb Honchak at flyweight. No, at bantamweight. But she fought 3 times at 125 pounds. And then she moved up to 135 pounds, and that's when she went into Invicta. And fought Raquel Pennington, beat Raquel, beat Miesha at UFC, beat Amanda, lost to Rousey Pena Vieira, beat Renault, lost to Megan, beat Gabby Holloway. So, yeah, Kat was a flyweight. She fought 3 times at 125 pounds. Never missed weight. Great job, Kat. Great job, Zingano. Yeah. PCBH. Man, get out of here, dude. He said Kat suplex Rocky and Invicta too, man. I know. Dude, she suplexed everybody, bro. Does Tate recapture the belt? Oh, man. Combo breaker 99. I gotta see her. Listen, guys, we can't say that until we see Miesha Tate. We have to see July 17th. I can't believe I'm saying this, guys. I can't believe I'm saying this. We have to wait till we see Miesha on July 17th to determine whether, we got to see her a couple times. We got to see Miesha a couple times. Let's see what Miesha does. Let's see how Miesha looks. And then we'll start talking about that. But they're going to put a couple of fights in front of her. Like, she ain't going straight for the belt. She ain't going she ain't going to beat Renault and get a title shot. She'll fight Renault. She'll probably fight Aspen Ladd. Ooh. Miesha Tate versus... Guys, we got to start throwing Miesha Tate in the conversation if she beats Man Renault. If she beats Man Renault, we got to start talking about Miesha Tate. It's gonna be so weird to put Miesha back in that conversation, guys. But if she goes in here and dominates Man Renault, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Combo Breaker 99 is in the building. PCBA says, I think Kat was still in her prime against Pena. She said Pena is a bad matchup for Kat because she's one of the only fighters that can neutralize Kat's ground and pound. Because somebody was going to win that fight. They're the same type of fighter. Somebody was going to win that fight. Somebody was going to lose that fight. And it just so happened to be Kat Zingano. I think if Kat did, at that time, that was UFC 200. At that time, if Kat, I think the fight could have been different if Kat didn't have what she had dangling over her at that time. That's when she was in her darkest moments. Was that time? She was in her dark moments when her, coach had died, her husband committed suicide. You know, it was in that time. And that Ketlin Vieira fight was a split decision. Man, ugh, what a fight. That's the Liz Carmouche is over there too, and I can't wait to see what she's gonna do there. I hope Alima Lay McFarlane beat the hell out of Liz Carmouche, cause Liz trying to talk shit about Alima Lay, man. I hope they pair up Liz and Alima Lay, and I hope Alima I think Alima beat the hell out of Liz Carmouche. Alima Lay McFarlane will beat the hell out of Liz Carmouche. LOL, she is so yoked. Who's yoked? Oh yeah, Liz Carmouche, yeah. Yep, you're right. Cat Super. Let's see. In the fight with Nunes, she looked so much stronger. Yes, she did. Yeah, it's just. But then again, you got to think Nunes gassed too. Me and the Bay Cat fought Ronda so dumb. Facts. I always want to see Cat versus Holly, and Cat wanted that fight. Cat wanted that fight real bad. It was Holly that didn't want that fight. It was Holly Holm who wouldn't take that fight with Cat Zingano. It wasn't Cat. Cat was, Cat gonna say it. Give me the fucking fight. Let's go. It was Holly Holm who would not get on board with that. I remember that shit. No combo. I highly doubt it. Nunes is too advanced right now. We gotta see. Man might crush her. She could. That's what Cat usually does. She runs at opponents with flying knees. Dumb thing trying to do against a judo Olympian, though. True. Miesha needs to stay away from GDR and Nunes. Listen, man, I don't think GDR is going to be a problem for Miesha Tate. Miesha versus Aspen could be sick. Now, that can be sick. Listen, Mina Bay, you chill out now. So that's how bad the 135 division is. Hey, you stop it, Mina Bay. You stop it. They are BJ, but Pena can fight off her back and Cat can't. Okay. I guess you're right about that. Yep. I give you that. PCBH. Damn. On his schooling me. PCBH on his schooling my ass. Yeah, you're right. Juliana Pena can fight off her back. For sure. Let's see what these comments saying, man. Nunes can fight off her back. Well, can she though? I mean, that's where Cat finished her at, though. That's where Cat finished her at, was on her back. So, can Amanda fight off her back? Like, really, can she? Can she really fight off her back? That's a hard one. I mean, that's really a hard one. Can she really fight off her back, though? Oh, you said can. Okay, yeah. Marcus Bell, what's up, man? Man, we just on here cooking, bro. We just on here cooking, talking about guys, hold on, man. Y'all talking to me, man. I ain't even put my food. Let me heat my food up right quick. Y'all go ahead and wrap it up. Hey, y'all want me to open these lines up? Y'all let me know if y'all want these lines open. We can talk. We can talk about Tate all day long. Y'all want these lines open? I'm coming, y'all. Y'all still there? I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Uh-oh. Who want a link? Who want a link? Only that one time. Valentina is not the best. Nope, she's not. Because Jennifer Maya dominated Valentina Shevchenko on the ground. She dominated Valentina on the ground. And speaking of Miesha Tate, she took a hell of an ass whooping back to back. She did. 260. What's 260? You talking about Maverick versus Robertson? You talking about Maverick versus Robertson? Oh. Opinion fight. Valentina is training her BJJ with Rose number units. Imagine if we get Tate versus Cat too. We could, but Cat's not in the UFC anymore. But Tate versus Cat 2 is good. Shiazon Tate could be in the cards. I know. Yes. Okay, Mina Bay. Mina Bay says she want a link. Hold on, Mina Bay. Let me get my food first. All right, y'all. Who want a link? I'm gonna leave the live stream open for about 20 more minutes. Let Mina Bay cook. Let whoever else cook. Who want a link? I'm sending them out. Let's see. I don't think Macy has the cardio to fight Miesha. She's too big for the division. Facts. Let's see. Combo. You want a link, bro? Robert Henry. PCBH. Who trying to get that link? Let's see here. Yeah, I ain't used it so long. What's the other one? It's not StreamYard, but what's the other one? Zoom. There it is. I couldn't think of the name for nothing. I'll call y'all on Zoom. Oh, my bad, PCBA. That's funny. Let's see. Let me see here. I'll try to add Mina Bay. Mina Bay, I need your email. Shoot it to me on Instagram. I'm sorry, I'm eating. Who want this link? I know Mina Bay ain't the only one with that want a link. Come on, man. Where you at, Combo? Robert Henry? Let me see. All right, y'all. I'm about to send Mina Beta link. Who else want one while I got it open? Marcus Bell. You know Marcus Bell ain't gonna take no link. Y'all already knew that. Marcus Bell said comments only. Oh, Robert Henry. Okay. I got Robert Henry. I got Mina Bay. Who else want one? Who else wants some of this Miesha Tate smoke? Who else wants some of this Miesha Tate smoke? For sure. All right. I'm sending out the links. Mina Bay and Robert Henry have links. Waiting on Mina Bay and Robert Henry to come on in the chat. This is a Zoom chat. Robert Henry, if you don't get that damn audio together before you come on here, boy. Man, please tell me GDR ain't still talking about that hand stuff, man. Please tell me GDR ain't talking about that hand stuff. She killed me with that hand. Right, Robert Henry. Right. Now let's see if Robert Henry can get it together today.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, Robert Henry in the building, y'all.
Now, how about audio today? Is it foggy or
Bro,
echoey?
it sounds amazing. Thank God, man. Dang.
Dude, why is it when I use the cheapest headphones that ain't got beat up yet, they work? But when I use something that's supposed to be, I don't know what it is. It's like if I use mid-tier, it all sucks. If I use cheap, but it's not, like these are some $12, what do you call them? Skull candies.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing. I bet if you were using StreamYard or a different service, it'll be all effed up. So I don't know what's going on, but it's working today.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you coming in here, man. What you got to think about this whole Miesha Tate thing?
Well, I think you probably gonna need about 7-course meal because you're so excited about this. I bet you can eat a horse right now, can't you?
I can eat more than a damn horse right now, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I want to say now. You correct me if I'm wrong because you're a little bit more the expert on this one. There have been talks for many months about her coming back, right? Like last year. Like as early as what were they talking about this last summer or like what?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't as far. It wasn't as far away as last summer. Like maybe like December, November ish is when we. Whenever I posted that video, it's been like 2 or 3 months ago. That she was saying, she was falling back in love with training, but she's been training for a while though. Like she's been training, but it started getting serious about maybe 4 to 5 months ago. It started getting serious and stuff, and then she, little stuff was coming out here and there, but then now it's like, boom, she's taking a fight.
Yeah, this could be interesting because
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, because here's the thing about the 135-pound division. For all the talk that we did about 125 pounds, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll say if you combine your videos, coaches, whoever you want to name in the universe, right? I bet you since late fall up to this year, most of them probably been about that because those have been most of the fights, right? And of course, a lot of us was complaining about 125 pounds. Now, I say all that to say this. 135 pounds has felt so dead. The only one that is arguably officially dead is featherweight, but that's a whole nother conversation, right?
Right, right.
I think that there's been more life pumped into 125, and I think there's more progression in 125 now than it ever was, and I think it's actually been highlighted, and they seem to even be pushing the division a little bit more now. But at 135, it's almost like a consistent crapshoot. More now, but at 135, I'm doubling up. Consistent crapshoot. Mina Bay, please turn the volume down. It's
Oh, sorry.
What's up,
How you
Mina
doing?
Bay?
Okay, this is my first time using the Zoom, so I had to like download.
Yeah,
What's
but just
poppin', Mina Bay?
Hey, are you
Yeah, but
excited
just
for
to-
this thing?
yeah, but just to finish up my point. Now, I think depending on what version of Miesha Tate comes back, like if she's truly been training all those years, the thing about it is she's only like what 34.
Yeah, 34.
That's not necessarily if she was fighting in like maybe a smaller. And I know for the women, we don't get to say this because they don't have that many weight classes. But like, if she was fighting at 115 or 125, if she had come out of that type of weight class, I would say, it really depends. But I'm not saying what version of her is going to come back because I don't really know. But I feel like at 135, I don't know about the top 4 or 5 just yet. But there's some fights there. Like there's some fights there. There's
Yeah.
some
Oh,
people
yeah.
who, if she's a version of what she was, and she's able to adapt to,
Like if she still has that, grit and that tenacity with an evolved game.
right? If she's actually able to get in there and learn and pick up on what's going on right now, but bring her own game because I mean she has to fight her game. She just has to adapt it. There's no point in her trying to go in there and thinking she's going to be, whoever you want to name. It's not going to happen, But
yeah.
I think though she has a shot at doing something. Again, I don't know what. And here's the thing though, you got to remember too, BJ, is some of them old school fighters, like if you look, it's good to go back and look at how they fought. Like if you look at certain things that they did, like in jiu-jitsu, right?
Right.
You would see them get off their back, cleanly without using the fence at all. Like the fence will be right there, and they'll just put a foot down or put a foot behind them or something like that, and they'll find a way to get up. Like some of the old school things that they did can still work today, or let me say it this way, the concepts, like if she can just come up with the right mixture, right? Mixed martial arts,
Right.
the right mixture elements, she could throw a lot of people off and be like, be hard to beat because I don't think you have that many, in my opinion, you don't have that many heavy wrestler, grappler, fighters like that. In the women,
specialist, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you got some of them in the smaller classes, and you got people like Juliana Pena, but Look, let me just say this real quick, and then I'm gonna let Mina Bay go ahead and share her thoughts. Do you remember BJ that that clip of Miesha Tate when she was wrestling these dudes? They're like in their 20s and whatnot.
Yes.
I mean, and these dudes was fit and everything, but they weren't like. I mean, one of them wrestled a little bit, right? And just how easily she just dominating them and like just pushing them in. Like one of them, she just started pushing. She pushed him so much he went off the mat and went to another one. Like it was ridiculous, right?
Right.
So I'm like, that intensity, that tenacity, like it will be interesting. Like I said, it all depends on what type of shape she in and how well she can adapt. But like, it's something, man. Look, dude, the way the last year and a half been going, man, you got to be happy for anything interesting potentially happening, man.
Right. Yeah. Especially at 135 pounds. Bunch of canceled fights. You know what I'm saying? Like people missing weight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been crazy. Not a lot of high level stuff. You know, like the top 5 have been putting on high level stuff like GDR. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like it's not throughout the division.
And the rest of the 135-pound division, I say this real quick, they don't seem like they going after it. They just don't.
They seem like they just fighting.
Yeah, they just hold and serve. They're just trying to do enough to collect a check. And I'm like, back in the day, at 135 pounds,
back in the day,
you got finished for that. Matter of fact, even people were going at 100% and getting finished. You see what I'm saying? But it's like once Nunes kind of took over, it's almost like nobody really wanted to like. I mean, not I'm saying there were those who always went hard, but I'm like, it's like once the divisions open up, them girls got out of there. They either got on 135 pounds, they either moved up, which most of them didn't. They moved down.
They moved down, bro. They moved down.
Got away. They didn't want to do it no more.
Alexis Davis moved down. Catelyn Chukagian moved down. You know what I'm saying? Lauren Murphy moved down. Like a lot of girls moved down. You know what I'm saying? Valentina moved down. You know what I'm saying? So the division lost a lot. Like a lot of the core girls went from 135 to 125. The ones that could make 125. Go ahead, Mina. Let's let Mina Bay get her thoughts in. Go ahead, Mina Bay.
No, I'm actually really excited. I'm still kind of like a newer MMA fan and like WMMA, but like going back, I really like Miesha and like Kat in that era. And I mean, like maybe she could be like a Khabib. I don't know, like if she, you know, like something super dominant in the ground. Even if you're like a good wrestler, maybe she could be like that. I don't know. I'm excited.
That's an interesting viewpoint though, because Miesha is capable of being that type of fighter.
Like a very sticky, kind of like grindy, yeah, like kind of like a Khabib, like
chain wrestling.
Yes.
Like just going from one move to another move and all that.
Kind of so I mean like, and then that has finishing ability.
Right.
Like you know, like Khabib doesn't like he didn't really like finish people that fast. If you know, he always had this like he would drag you to the fence and then he would drag you down. Like he'll keep trying and then he'll like wear you out and then he'll like finish you. That kind of reminds me of like
he'll beat the hell out of you on the ground is what he'll do.
Yeah, or just finish you, or like just choke you or submit you.
I think the difference between Miesha and Khabib, I mean, just as a general comparison, not that Miesha could not add it to her game if she worked hard at it. Khabib, okay, Miesha would finish you in like very different areas. I mean, not correct me again, I may be wrong, but based on the fights I remember, she didn't necessarily use the fence to finish you. I mean, she could put you in the corner and finish you.
Right.
But it was more about her catching you, putting you down, beating on you, and then like getting the rear naked choke. But Khabib's genius as a grappler,
like Khabib uses the cage a lot more versus Miesha would grapple you, and Miesha would grapple you in open space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
But
She
see,
would grapple in
sometimes that
open
didn't
space.
work for Khabib. Sometimes that didn't work. Like, so he didn't take everyone down. I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Yeah. The whole
Khabib's
Yan
ability.
Israel thing. Like, Israel couldn't get taken down ever against the fence, but it was that open space. So maybe she can just develop both.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Khabib made the more than any other fighter before him. He made the cage a weapon, and he
Right.
made the threat of the takedown such an issue that he was in some of his fights. He didn't even have to take the people down because he would catch them with counters, with solid strikes. So
Yeah, he
again,
wasn't bad at striking. People try to say
no, he was decent. But the
Right.
thing is, I just
It
think
wasn't
that
pretty.
Miesha, yeah,
It was
I don't know.
effective, but it was effective. His striking wasn't
I
technical,
have to say
but it
something
was.
for you. I find Khabib so annoying. He is not the GOAT, and I'm so annoyed. I just have to say this because he did not fight really really good wrestlers or jiu-jitsu people. He, in my opinion, ducked Cowboy, who was at the time super good off his back, and Tony, and he just
Well, the
the thing about Cowboy now, and people have brought this up before. The thing about Cowboy Cerrone is Cowboy was when Khabib was coming up and could have had a fight with Cowboy Cerrone. Cerrone was playing at 170 pounds. He was up there fighting Darren Till. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting Nate Diaz. Like he was fighting at 100. I know he might have fought Nate at 155, but he went on a stint at 170. So that probably could be why he did. But the Tony Ferguson thing, like we all wanted to see that. Like some people say that he ducked Tony Ferguson.
I really think he did. I think he waited to age out because he's like, send me location 249. Okay, the final one, and then he like later fought Justin. Like
no, that wasn't on Khabib. They tried to make the fight 6 times. It just wasn't to be.
But what got me is
when he fucking ate tiramisu, that was I think that was kind of a duck.
But what got me was when what got me is when the UFC tried so hard to make the fight, and then they put Khabib and Tony on the same card, and they both made it. Like they both fought on the same card in the midst of them trying, like in between times that they had tried to make that fight.
That was crazy.
Yeah, they fought on the same card. Tony Ferguson fought Anthony Pettis on that card, and it was like, how the fuck are you gonna have Khabib and Tony in the same building ready to fight?
I think it was more Khabib. I mean, like I know Tony. Okay, Tony one time he literally tripped over wires. Okay, like
right,
and it was like real injuries, So like I honestly thought maybe not after, maybe the 5th time, maybe 249. I still thought Tony had a chance, but I think before, I think Tony would have beat Khabib.
Yeah.
He knew Khabib's smart. I don't know. Just find
he's smart. He's so smart that it gets under your skin, ain't it?
Yeah, like, and then he fought 3 times. I think he defended about 4 times. And then he's like, I want to be pound for pound number 1. Okay, are you? Like, no.
But his undefeated
he knew that Dana was going to do that for him because Dana wanted to see him just come back and fight again. So he worked that as long as he could, and then he finally, I officially retired. Man, you retired 3 months ago. You just playing games.
Right.
We don't want to hear that. All respect to him as a fighter, but we don't want to hear that, Khabib. We don't want to hear that.
Yeah, he had a lot of favorable matchups. I mean, I thought Dustin Poirier had a chance to beat him if he didn't always go for that 100% failed choke or guillotine, whatever he tries to do.
Right.
He tried to every time. He always fails.
He said he did it wrong or something like that.
He always fails. Listen, Dustin always tries usually that little choke, and it's like 100% fail rate. And
I was like, that he didn't do it against Conor. He went ahead and knocked Conor out.
Yes, he's smart.
Once he had him hurt, he just said, "Let me just go ahead and finish."
Yeah, he did.
That's the Dustin that I like, the one who just gets you out of there.
Right.
Yes, he didn't try that little weird choke that he
In
never is
my
able to
opinion,
But
complete.
when you're fighting a wrestler though, when you're fighting a dominant wrestler, it changes how these strikers approach these fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
like
Tony snaps the next city. Oh my god, Prime Tony. Oh my god.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like look
Pisses me off.
at how Holly approached Miesha. Look at how Holly approached Miesha Tate. Ronda Rousey was a judoka. She wasn't a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? If she didn't get that upper body, if she didn't get that upper body clinch on you, you wasn't going to the ground. You didn't see Ronda shooting for double legs and single legs and shit like that. You seen Ronda,
but like Ronda was so good at what she did but then I don't know what happened. Like she thought she was a boxer, and I think that's where she failed. Like she did try to clinch up with Holly, but then like by that time she was already hit. She already was trying to stand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She didn't meet. Like she literally. I mean, like you saw with the cat thing. Like she was a flying. She literally. She just needed like one limb. Like she was really good at what she did. It was like so.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And look at how Holly approached Miesha. You know what I'm saying? Very cautious. Very almost out of range. She didn't never really hit Miesha until Miesha came charging forward at her. You know what I'm saying? That's
Miesha
the only
was
time.
Sneaky.
Yeah, that's the only time that Holly was landing on Miesha. You know what I'm saying? And Miesha used good foot movement. She was in and out. She did a good job against Holly. You know what I'm saying? But Marcus Bell, Robert Henry, I wanted to say something to you, man.
Yeah.
Hold on. He said, right, BJ, Ronda and Ronda blew her knees out when she was younger, so she can't shoot for takedowns like Miesha. Yeah, like Ronda didn't. She wasn't like a good wrestler. Like, now you did see some of her wrestling when her and Miesha fought that second time. She was forced to wrestle, and she had decent wrestling. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But Marcus Bell. I mean, God, I keep saying Marcus Bell. Robert Henry. Now, do you see why your boy gravitated toward Montana De La Rosa? Do you see now why I gravitate toward Montana De La Rosa? Do you see the similarities there, bro?
Do they look alike?
No, just the way they fight.
I see it.
Miesha is much better. Come on.
All right, I see it, but
not really.
I felt that the transition. It's weird because I think that Montana has she definitely has the toughness. Like she's not afraid to go in there and like fight. But like if I gotta base it, I'm just being honest, okay? If I gotta base it on IQ, it's gonna be Miesha. Now in terms of finishing mentality, they're about the same.
Really?
No. Listen closely to what I just said. When it based it on finisher's mentality, meaning once Montana has you hurt, once Miesha Tate has you hurt, they're trying to get you out of there. Okay. I've seen that. I said that months ago. You can find the video. I gave her credit to that. I already gave her those props. I'm talking about Montana De La Rosa. Now, when it comes to striking, effective striking, not who's the best striker technically, that goes to Miesha Tate.
I agree.
When it comes to overall ability, I have to give it, at least based on what she's done so far, I have to go with Miesha. I think Miesha Tate's pressure. Miesha Tate's pressure is more consistent. Now, when it comes to,
I think pure wrestling too. I think just
here's an interesting one though, BJ. When it comes to who I think has the most potential, and there's several reasons for that. Some of that is just age. Some of that is tendencies and whatnot. I think that Miesha Tate, I think that Montana De La Rosa has actually the possibility and more likelihood to become more of a complete all-around mixed martial artist in the general sense. Like I think, and I was very frustrated with her not with her jab in that fight against Silva, but when she stopped using it. because I actually saw some good striking. I was like, okay, this is actually looking like a decent
This is
jab.
what BJ was talking about. Go ahead.
Right. This was BJ's claim. And I'm like, okay. But it's like, I don't know, was it under the pressure of the situation? Again, I'm not saying that she was afraid. I'm gonna tell you what it was. There was something about that clinch, that tie clinch that Borno Silva was doing that
I think she got hurt.
It made her right. She did get hurt, but it threw her off, and for some reason, maybe her team, I don't know what they told her, but it just threw her completely off. I'm like, what the hell going on? Like, there was still openings. I mean, there was openings for Silva too, but those are different counterpoints. But I think if she would have kept you, in my opinion, if nothing else changes in the fight, right? If she would have just used that jab more to get Breno Silva off of her, she probably wins a split decision. Despite how beat up she looked in that fight, I actually think that wouldn't have been as bad, because her jab and maybe a nice right cross would have kept Breno Silva off of her. And then maybe late, then she goes for a takedown when Breno Silva's not looking for it. And then she got a little gas from the damage. You see what I'm saying? But anyway.
Right.
So yes, I understand now. I understand you better. Planet No Filter MMA. I kind of get it now, but because I remember the first time you brought up Miesha Tate, I'm like, wow, I never seen nobody get that excited about Miesha Tate. I mean, it wasn't even about the comeback yet. It was just, we were just having a conversation about, like, the old, because you got to remember the old school for women's MMA. I mean, it go back 5-6 years, so it's not that long ago.
It go back a little longer. It go back a little longer than that, but yeah.
For main.
I mean for mainstream.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like me.
Of course, yeah, it go back 15 years or more. It goes back a while, at least 15 years.
Well, for the mainstream, 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, I understand where you're coming from now. Because again, here's the thing. I gravitated toward more the fighters that was like the bruisers. It was like Cyborg, Andrade a little bit. I remember her.
You don't even like Andrade that much.
I know, but he threw out the name. I'm just saying that she could be excited fighting a while.
Andrade's like the number one.
I know, but okay, I'm sorry. Technical brawlers.
Listen to Vita Bay, yo. Vita Bay, wow.
No. Technical brawlers, not people
What
like...
is a technical brawler?
Hey, watch this, BJ, watch this. You want to know what a technical brawler is?
Okay,
It's what Zane did to Andrade in 42 seconds. That's a technical brawl.
True.
Technical strikers,
I don't. Do you consider Zhang a brawler? Because I feel like she can, but she's
definitely a brawler.
She does so many technical things. It doesn't
she
look
is
wild.
Technical.
She has a good.
She does so many triple jabs.
She's a good mixture. She's a good mixture of she's a traditional Chinese mixed martial artist. That's the thing. That's the thing about Zhang. She's a from China traditional Chinese mixed martial artist. So she mixes that in with just being a little pit bull. She reminds me of a honey badger. You know what I'm saying? She's small, but she got there's a lot of bite and a lot of fierceness coming from Weili Zhang. She got that brawler in her, which is why she was able to go in there and out brawl Jessica Andrade and Joanna, and even as technical as Joanna Jędrzejczyk is, she got that brawler mentality. You know what I'm saying?
She does.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk will brawl.
She was brawl. They were brawling. That was a brawl.
And you can see Joanna fight the way she fought. Joanna versus Valentina was very technical. You know what I'm saying?
Rose, second Rose.
Right. Those were very technical fights. The fight with Zane, oh hell no.
That
Oh
was a
hell
brawl,
no.
yeah.
That was a brawl.
Yeah, especially towards
I-
like the end.
I feel like this. Like to me, Willie Zhang, and I'm not talking about in terms of the way that they fight or one fought. It remind me of Bruce Lee a little bit.
Yeah.
When you said China, because what was Bruce Lee? He was a mix of a martial artist and a street fighter. That's what they were.
Yeah, a lot of kung fu-ish.
Yeah, a lot of brutalness mixed with like bits of the science, the philosophy and all that. But like when it's like once you get within Willie Jung's space, she just turns into like a monster. But like it's combinations. It's not wild flailing. Like it's a combination of knees. Like even the fight against now because of her takedown defense, Bojangles, she wasn't able to really do what she wanted to do to her, but you saw her trying to lock her with I know you saw it, BJ, when she's trying to lock in the Kimuras or trying to get her leg and stuff like. So she's still technical, but it's just a savage way that she does it. Like it's not.
Yeah,
like
she
some
goes
fighters,
for the finish.
Yeah, some fighters like it's a little more smooth. Like hers is smooth, but like it's brutal. Like she's trying to like.
Yeah, like she
really
tries to finish.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Like Whaley
tried to hurt you. You got to force. Yeah.
Yeah, she tried to hurt you, man. But
I like those type of fighters.
But what you know, and you know, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out. You know what I'm saying? There's y'all's answer as to why I fucks with Montana like that, because she's just a blatant reminder of for me of Miesha Tate, like that old, because I fell in love with that. Like I fell in love with that Marlos Conan, Kat Zingano, Juliana Pena, Miesha Tate, like that style. I fell in love with that style from an early standpoint. You know, that's why
I love Kat's style. Kat's my favorite out of all the old school.
Oh yeah, like Kat for sure. Like, and then that's why like Alimale McFarlane, like that's why I fucks with Alimale like that, because she's got that style. She's got that scrappy wrestler grappler type pressure and style. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Montana blatantly stood out to me. And she didn't even stand out to Jillian Robertson stood out on The Ultimate Fighter to me, even though she got beat. But Montana didn't stand out to me until she got into the UFC and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So that's what. But anyways, man, final question. This is the final question, guys, and I'm gonna cut this stream off. I gotta get out of here. With hypothetically, let's say, guys, let's just say in a perfect world, Miesha Tate comes back, a different Miesha Tate, a better Miesha Tate, a more, I want to see her body kind of transform like Alexis Davis's did. Like Alexis Davis, oh my God, like I still can't stop thinking about Alexis Davis's body. Like, I mean, like, but Robert Henry, did you not see that?
She did look good. No, she looked.
Oh, you mean in the weigh-in?
Yes, and in the fight.
Yeah, she looked good. She looked better. She looked way better.
Yeah,
like if you looked at her in the what was that, the Ottaruo fight?
Right.
She looked slow. She looked sluggish. She looked like it was her last fight. That's why I'll be honest with you. That's why I thought like, man, I don't know. Everybody that was picking her, like, I'm not saying she can't win it, but like she just don't seem the same. But in the fight, yeah,
she looked like a veteran.
She looked revitalized. She looked better.
I'm excited for Miesha. I hope she doesn't try to be like Ronda, where she tries, too much to be a technical striker. I think she should, just be effective with her striking and then get her ground game so good. Like it doesn't matter how good your ground game is. Her ground game is better.
Right.
And I think she has a lot of potential, like in that route. Like, I don't think she can become like a world-class striker. I just think she should just focus on her strong suit and then just becomes even better, and I think she
Right,
has like
right.
real. I'm excited. I think she has. Yeah, I think the bantamweight definitely needed. I think she has a lot of potential.
So do you guys
I
think? Do you guys think with the right fights, if Miesha goes in here and let's say Miesha goes on a 3-fight streak where she just let's say she finishes Marion Renault, she finishes Yana Kunitskaya, and then she finishes
Vieira.
Jermaine Durandame. Like let's just say hypothetically, Miesha
Oh my gosh.
she beats those 3 fighters. She beats Marion Renault, Yana Kunitskaya, and Jermaine Durandame. Okay, let's say she does it. Does Miesha Tate put up a better fight and possibly defeat Amanda Nunes in the rematch?
I mean, she could have a chance if she. I don't know. I mean, like, if she can somehow withstand Amanda's punishment or like grind her out, not take as much. I mean, she's the type of, that gritty style that Kat was.
Here's my thoughts about it.
It's just Nunes is so good now. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
everywhere.
I think if this hypothetical, if she beats Marion, right, and then calls out, because this is how the only way I see it happening, seeing
Like,
her move that fast,
Marion.
like finishes her, and then calls out Yana, right? And I don't. While I'm not 100% sure whether or not she was that type of person who would call people out like that, far as I remember, she would be more willing than most of these girls to call somebody out, right?
Yeah, like back in the Ronda days, they called people out.
Yeah, they called each other out back in the day. I don't know what they're doing now, but anyway.
Julianne Pena, the only one still savagely calling people out in that division.
Because she the only one left from that era.
Right.
Yeah, that's why she cool. Anyway, and then Holly didn't have to call people out because Holly always. Anyway, I'm gonna stop that. Stop that.
Stop that, bro. Stop that.
Yeah. Holly home privilege. So look. Anyway, so she calls out Yana, and somehow she finishes Yana. If she finishes,
I think she could finish Vieira. I think she could finish Vieira.
But if she finishes Jermaine.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be really hard. So
then I think it's gonna at least be a competitive fight. I can't see it would have to be. What I'm saying is, if she finishes Jermaine,
oh my god,
savagely, and then she calls out Nunes, I'm like, in my mind, I would at least, not even being a diehard fan,
I would be on board.
I would anticipate the fight. Like, okay, this is at least going to be a competitive fight. I mean, because. Because then people are going to be like, yeah, but she just came back and finished GDR, and then you know how people do.
The difference between then and now, is Holly was a step up in competition, but Amanda Nunes she ushered in a huge step up in competition. You know what I'm saying? And Miesha won the belt with her style that she's always fought with. You know what I'm saying? She won the and
she went carelessly with the Nunes. I don't know. I think she underestimated Nunes. I don't know what
she underestimated Nunes' power because Miesha was prepared to the
like approach, grind out.
Right. She wanted to stand and bang and throw heat with Amanda Nunes, and that wasn't
like a Zingano maybe or
right. Like Miesha was ready to bang. And that was the wrong decision to make. So Amanda Nunes,
man, it was
oh my god.
Amanda Nunes caught a lot of girls off guard with with her level because she leveled up, and when she leveled up, a lot of other people did not level up. You know what I'm saying? Amanda Nunes went to the gym and put in work. You know what I'm saying? So and I think Amanda Nunes understood her power leading into that Miesha Tate fight. She understood, okay, I can hurt these girls. I think the Sarah McMahon fight is when she really realized I can really hurt these girls with these punches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can really do some damage here if I just throw these punches. You know what I'm saying? I think that's but a Miesha that can finish girls in the top 5 of this era. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that's a totally different thing. Like, she would be much more prepared for a fight with Amanda Nunes, I think. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's the type of style. Like, it's the type of style. Because I don't know if Nunes's cardio is that much better. I think she just is so good at, like, like pacing. So she like makes everyone fight her pace.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. Like even with the first Valentina fight, then the second Valentina fight, right? So she learned
Right.
from that. She's like, I need to pace myself. And then they were fighting that Valentina's fighting Nunez's pace.
Right.
So yeah, that's why I mean Nunez won. But like I'm saying if someone can maybe force it, like, you know, Jermaine, I mean, I don't know. If Jermaine had better ground game, she, you know, it showed a little something because Amanda looked tired. She looked kind of, you know, tired because she had to work on that ground.
Yeah.
Because
see, that's the thing. Yeah, that when Amanda has to work on the ground, we see her slow down. But you know, we may end up if let's say that's the fairy tale story for Miesha Tate, we could see that fight happen. But we got to remember, guys, they might make that Juliana Pena fight, and Amanda Nunes is gonna have to get past Juliana Pena, man. Like that's if Amanda, you know, this Miesha Tate thing could happen if Amanda still got the belt, because Juliana Pena is a dangerous fight for Amanda Nunes. Like that's the most danger that I think has came at Amanda Nunes since the Cyborg fight. That's the most danger. Like
I think Jermaine is more dangerous.
Well, see, Jermaine got that gaping hole in her ground game though, and Amanda exposed that.
She's closing it though.
Yeah, she's closing it. She's getting better at
it.
She
put Pena to sleep with her body limp.
But that submission
that
didn't take place on the ground though. Like that submission.
I know, it's on the stand. That's so cool.
Yeah, that submission took place on the feet. But see, the thing about Juliana Pena, as much as people don't want to say it, Juliana Pena is well rounded. You know, the way that Juliana Pena and Robert Henry, you still there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Juliana Pena closed the distance very well on Jermaine Durand. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
And Valentina too. And Juliana Pena, when she was she didn't just recklessly close the distance. She closed the distance with strikes. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Juliana Pena's game Juliana Pena has evolved. She's still reckless. She's still very reckless, and that's just Juliana Pena. But Juliana has evolved. I'm not saying that Juliana Pena versus Nunes is going to look like Joanna versus Valentina. Absolutely not. But, you know, saying that Juliana Pena can't answer with strikes, you know, I think that, you know, her game has evolved to the point where if someone is a better striker than her, Juliana Pena is a good enough striker to use the strikes to do what it is that she really wants to do, and that's to close the distance. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, I'm just reading the comment. Was it PCBH says Juliana rocked GDR on the feet twice. So I mean, she has the striking. If she can, her thing is getting in there against Amanda and avoiding those counter strikes.
We saw one punch from Amanda, and we saw fucking Anderson. Sorry, Anderson.
If Juliana had the footwork, could you imagine Juliana with the footwork ability of somebody like maybe Holly Holm or somebody like that?
Right.
But with the same savageness that she has, because she's not going to do. Because what's the knock on Holly Holm? Holly Holm has the physical gifts, but she's predictable as hell.
Yeah, she's very predictable.
Juliana is the complete opposite, and sometimes it comes back to her, but she's completely unpredictable. So if she had the footwork, she would be giving Nunes hell. I mean, Nunes would probably still be in the fight, but it would be a constant, and then we would really see.
I just don't think Pena has the strength to like clinch and then take Nunes down.
Whoa. Now, Juliana Pena out-muscled Kat Zingano now. UFC,
I understand, but UFC 200. Nunes. Anything
you gotta look at it like
after
this.
After Ronda. Anything after Ronda, I think Kat declined.
I hear what you're saying, but there's two things you gotta look at. For one, she took down Sarah McMahon. Yeah, she took down Sarah McMahon. She took down people who were better wrestlers than Nunes. And on top of it, it isn't just the strength, it's the technique. There's ways of getting people down. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not. No. I'm not saying that. What's the name? Amanda Nunes. Her defense is among the top, like the best, especially up against the cage.
Right.
But again, that's also an area where Julieta Pena shines. She knows how to get you off the cage. So what I'm saying
Nunes is also very good at keeping the distance.
Yeah, right. But again, it's weird because I'm telling you, it's one of those unstoppable forces, versus unmovable object. Like you're not gonna get in to me versus I'm going to close the distance and I'm going to get at you. So it's like,
what I'm trying to say is, I think if Miesha is like the same and then got a little better, like whatever, I think Miesha's style is better for me. I might be crazy, and I like Miesha's style against Nunes a little more. If she like more defensive, and then maybe she can learn how to do the suplex to bring back some memories or something.
PCBH says, and what did Amanda do on the ground? Nothing. She can't fight off her back because of cardio. Amanda she's not that good off her back. Now that's one thing now. Like she's not that good off her back. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think about it. If she ends up on top of Juliana Pena works off her back, man. And she almost had Valentina Shevchenko. If she ran out of time in that first round against Valentina, because she had Valentina spun all the way around for the armbar and the bell rung. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of felt like she ran out of time in that first round. But she was 2/3 of the way to submitting Valentina Shevchenko. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then she needs to be even more. So I feel like she needs to, I don't know. Literally, I feel like if someone like does a suplex on Amanda, it'll bring back so much PTSD. Like I think that's really, you know what I'm saying? Someone needs to learn that and then get some lessons and then do that. And then there you go. Like just randomly in the middle of the octagon, somehow do it, and catch her off guard. Maybe add some of like Jessica's slams, like I feel like those kind of people, like I don't know, like yeah, definitely grind. I don't know. I feel like Miesha might be stronger at least at the time than Pena. I don't know why. Like, Pena seems like she might be able to make flyweight to me. I don't know.
Well, Juliana Pena is a former flyweight, so I mean, yeah. So I mean, she's definitely used to be a flyweight. So did Kat.
She just doesn't seem as big and as strong. I don't know. Miesha seems stronger, but I mean, like I'm excited. That's a new fight for whatever, Amanda. I mean, I would like Pena to win, so the division might get exciting again. Nunes seems pretty invincible right now.
Okay, here go my last question for BJ. Okay, let's say Miesha Tate and let's say they did the fight for charity. Okay, let's say Miesha Tate and Montana De La Rosa met at a catch weight. I don't know what type of catch weight they would meet at, though.
Yeah, I would say that Montana will move to 135. Montana is big.
She's big. She's pretty big.
Yeah, she could do it. Yeah. Let's say they fight a 5-round
submission underground.
Yeah. Well, no. I don't even want to talk about submission underground right now. I mean, no offense. I mean, I looked at it every now and then, but yeah, in MMA fight for 5 rounds, who what's the split on that? What's the percentage?
Miesha. Sorry, that's my.
I would have to go, but I'm gonna base this on the last Miesha Tate that we saw. That's the only thing that I can base it off of. Okay. What I know about Miesha is that she cannot, like, Miesha struggles with an active jab. And Rocky Pennington put an active jab in Miesha's face, and Miesha couldn't deal with it. Like, if you watch the Rocky Pennington fight, that's all it was Rocky landing jabs in Miesha's face. You know what I'm saying? And Miesha throwing looping shots instead of straight shots. You know what I'm saying? She was
damaged.
Yeah, and she was just getting out. She was getting outstruck. You know what I'm saying?
But like, she was damaged after Nunes. So.
Yeah, she was definitely damaged after that fight, after the Nunes fight. But if Montana committed to the strike, and Montana could probably outstrike the last Miesha Tate that we saw. You know, if she committed to the strike with those long punches, like that long reach, Montana got a lot of tools that she can use.
So you're saying she would win by a decision?
No.
Oh, you didn't say that. Okay, all right.
No. I'm saying on the feet, Montana would have the advantage over Miesha Tate.
Okay, all right, okay.
But as a whole, most definitely, no question, Miesha Tate. Like,
okay, I was about to say,
yeah, like Miesha Tate can fight at 145 pounds and talked about fighting at 145.
Oh yes,
yes, she talked about fighting at 145. They were offered her. They kept asking her, "Would you fight Chris Cyborg?" And Miesha's response was, "Pay me the money." You know what I'm saying? Show me the money. So Miesha was more than willing to fight at 145 pounds if that division had been there, because as her career came toward the end, it got harder and harder for Miesha to make 135. Because when she fought Nunes, she looked horrible on the scale. Like, she had to take all her clothes off. You know what I'm saying? Like, she looked drained. She looked horrible. She just didn't look herself in that, the whole fight week. Like, the weight cut was terrible for her. So
she got a lot of muscle, man.
Right,
it's harder to lose muscle than the fat.
Right. Yeah. So, but as a whole, Montana De La Rosa, Miesha Tate would beat her. Miesha Tate would beat her for sure.
Not when you got that much muscle and definition. Nah.
What did you say, Mina?
I thought it was easier when you have more muscle to cut weight or something like that. I thought that was harder. I don't know, but
you're supposed to cut water. But when Miesha was in her shape, when Miesha was in fight shape, dude, Miesha carried a lot of muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like, Miesha wasn't no skinny girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, Miesha,
no, she looked strong.
Right, like she was a curvier girl. Like, her frame was a curvier frame. Like, Miesha had a lot of muscle on her body, a lot of meat on her bones.
Right.
So, but physically strong, absolutely. Miesha's strong as a fucking ox. So,
maybe they can build a 145 around Miesha. She's a good face for. I think it would get a lot of people back interested. Like, right? Like, I'd rather her at 145.
Miesha, 145-pound Miesha. Oh my god.
Yeah, and they could force Nunes to drop that. I don't know.
Maybe me and Anderson left at the right time. I don't know. But listen, because I'm telling you, she ain't got no ground game and no takedown defense whatsoever.
Beat Anderson.
But imagine Felicia Spencer versus Miesha Tate. Felicia Spencer.
How good is? I don't know Spencer that well because I've just seen her get beat up. But
Spencer's good. Spencer's actually talented. Like, she's a good grappler.
Like, as good as, like, let's say, like Pena or like Miesha, like that, like wrestling wise, like that good, or
she's in the conversation of the newer fighters who are like good like
that's all I think about.
What I'm saying is she don't suck. She's a good grappler. She's actually a good grappler. There really ain't that many, at least to me, 135 and above. There's only so many of them that's really
high level.
That's what I'm saying. She's high level. She's considered high level grappler.
So in the comment section, Combo Breaker says Macy needs 145 more than Miesha. I actually commented on Macy Chasson's Instagram, guys, and I commented on her. She posted something, a picture of her like right after she won the fight with Renault, and I put featherweight ? Ever ? And she liked it. She liked it. Like, out of all the comments that was on her, like, she liked a bunch of them from people that she knew, but that, like, I was like one of the only fan comments that she responded to, and she liked it.
Hey, Mina, I don't know what it is about BJ Johnson, but I'm about done with Twitter, for several reasons. But he's the only person I know that respond to these fighters on Twitter and they always respond. They always respond.
Yeah, they like to interact. I think more on Twitter.
I catch them
Like-
off guard. I catch them off guard with what I say. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I posted that about Kayla Harrison, she responded right away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I posted it and it was like, so you duck Chelsea Chandler to fight, you know what I'm saying, to fight Courtney King, but is out here calling out Chris Cyborg. And she responded, was like, nobody wanted to, and then, but the best one was with Lauren Murphy, though. The best one was Lauren Murphy.
Lauren Murphy's Twitter is funny. I like looked at her Twitter one time, and she's funny on her Twitter.
Well, Lauren Murphy got so mad at me that day, boy. She got so mad at me that day. I'm just like, well, why didn't you? I did take the fight. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did not take the fight.
You be booked for a fight.
She beat up a strawweight, pretty much.
Right, man. Like Lauren
and
Murphy
took it to the second round. And
she's so like Lauren Murphy's so aggravating, man.
And then she gonna have the nerve to crawl her old butt on top of the cage, talking about pointing out like, dang, I want to tell, like, why didn't you do that after the Modafferi fight? Right. And you still didn't say Valentina's name. You know what I'm saying?
Andrade.
Killing me, man.
She
too old to be acting like that. She was around.
Andrade's been beat Lauren Murphy ass all the way up.
Yeah.
Listen,
but if
Lauren Murphy got
out, then
Lauren Murphy got beat up. Lauren Murphy got beat up by Nico. I mean, come on, man. She and it wasn't just a little ass whooping. Nico almost finished Lauren Murphy in the Tough House with them body kicks. She almost finished Lauren Murphy.
Hey, we get on Nico to some degree, deservingly so, right? But when she want to, Nico can beat the hell out of some of them girls.
Like
Nico can fight.
Nico can fight.
Yeah, but what is she? What's wrong? What's up with her now?
She just can't. It's almost like she's just going through this whole state where she just can't get it together. She either get COVID, she get an injury.
She done had COVID. She done been in a car accident. Like Nico just can't. She just can't. Like she can't make it.
I tell you what.
Wait, and she got
to be the fighter.
Steroids.
Whenever she fights, look. Whenever she gets to her next fight, whoever fight her, they need to be. That's a trap. It's a trap fight. You better be careful because she might, after going through all that, she might not even care no more. She might knock somebody out.
Right, like Nico ain't playing. Like Nico fight.
Like even Juliana had to eventually she took over the fight, but she couldn't go in there and just put her out.
But Nico was big. She looked like
Nico was big in that fight. Though.
Oh, she literally laid. She just was like a cow on Juliana.
Really?
I'm sorry, but she just it was just it wasn't like even technical. It was just, she just laid on her with her whole body weight. She looked so much bigger than Juliana.
Seeing Nico look like the way she looked at 135 versus going back and looking at that Roxanne fight, she looked very sunken in. Like Nico should have been fighting.
She looked better at 125 though. She looked fat at 135.
At 125, Nico was nimble. She was fast. You know what I'm saying? But she said she's
scrappy.
She keeps saying she going back to 125 one of these days. So
okay.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Showed up the scub 144.
So I got one more thing before we go, y'all. One more thing before we go.
Oh yeah, and you guys should do quick picks on 260. At the co-main.
That's a different video.
Oh, okay.
But Robert, what you think about Jessica Eye versus Alina Leigh submission underground?
I thought you were gonna ask me something else. I thought you were gonna ask me about that destruction against Jennifer Maia that's coming up.
Oh yeah, they're fighting.
Yeah, they're fighting. They're fighting.
Let me go ahead and answer the question, though. I'll answer both of them. I don't know a whole lot about... Okay, I do know... I think I watched about 4 or 5. I don't know if I watched all of Alina Leigh McFarland's fights, right? I know I watched a couple, right?
Okay.
Based on what I've seen, from just if we're looking at this strictly as a submission match, Jessica about to tap. That's all I see. I don't
100%.
see. I've seen nothing from Jessica I's ground game that
Does she
even
have one?
suggests.
But hey, for Jessica I to be considered not to have a ground game, she does do these grappling tournaments though. She does do
She
these
does.
submission-
She has some.
Yeah, she does submission underground. She had a submission underground against Miesha Tate. You know, like she does submission underground a lot.
Recently, or
Well, the Tate one was a few years ago, but you know she does
Hey,
do these.
I
and
mean,
how is she?
Between me, I ain't
she was
seen
up
it, but
against Miesha Tate, so I mean, you know she got beat, but
Okay,
no.
but I
Hold
mean,
on,
like,
Mina, real quick. Between me and you, I ain't seen them yet, but to me, I could be wrong. It's just another check. It's just Jessica taking fights. I mean, look, one thing the coach said this earlier today in this video about Jessica. You can criticize her, you can talk all the stuff you want about her, you can make fun of her. The one thing about her, though, you cannot say she will take a fight. She will not run from a fight. I mean, even if she knows she's gonna get destroyed, well, you know what? Maybe she did, but I ain't got no evidence on that. But for the most part, she's 98%, fade ducker proof. She's not ducking a fade.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, Jessica Andrade might have ducked Valentina in December with all that junk she was talking about anyway. So look, no, we about to have a fight.
You might
anyway.
be right, though.
But and look at the amazing card we're about to have.
No, but she about to get beat by Jennifer Maia in MMA, and she gonna get beat by Alima Lane McFarlane in Submission Underground. So, but the only reason she has a chance, and I mean, actually, no, she don't.
There is no chance. I'm sorry.
I thought maybe because she's a little bit bigger, but nah, man.
No, I'm not even a hater of Jessica I. I don't even know her. That I don't even know. It's just from her sloppy fight with Joanne Calderwood. It was I don't know. Just what is she good? What is she good at? Like
her boxing is decent. Like when Jessica I gets into a flow, like when she gets into a flow with her boxing, her striking is not bad. Like she don't have bad striking. You know what I'm saying? Like her striking is decent. You know what I'm saying? But that's really about it. You know, when she tried to become a wrestler against Valentina, that definitely wasn't the way to go.
Is that what happened? She tried to be a wrestler?
Yeah, she tried to wrestle Valentina. Like she wanted to wrestle Valentina. But you know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a wrestler to wrestle Valentina. It's gonna take a real wrestler.
But Jessica I is too.
Like I don't know what she's that good at. Like
I don't like her striking. I think a lot of it is telegraphed. Sometimes it's okay.
Alima Lay will beat the hell out of Jessica I in an MMA fight too. Either way,
I'm sure
she would lose to Alima Lay both ways.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I think Jessica I is on the downturn anyway. I just don't see her. Calderwood.
No, I'm saying
she's saying this is her last fight on her contract. Jessica I'll get another contract though. She'll get another contract.
Really?
We'll see. Yeah, she might
get another contract.
You think so?
I think so. The UFC likes Jessica I.
But she's losing a lot.
They do seem to.
They like Jessica I. I mean,
unless she hopefully she doesn't get finished and she fights well. I feel like if she looks bad, like in this fight, I don't know.
Well, Jennifer Maia is tough.
I think Jennifer is gonna beat her. I think Jennifer Maia has better boxing, better ground game. Like I don't know.
We'll see. We see how long she lasts in there. But look, it was any other questions you had, BJ, before we
No, man.
I'm excited for Miesha.
Oh, I'm excited for Miesha too, man.
It's gonna be interesting, and I gotta hear BJ talk about this forever.
Y'all ain't gonna never hear the end of this. I just want y'all to know right now, y'all ain't never gonna hear the end of this. Never, ever, ever.
I think if she goes up to 145 or whatever, I think UFC will be really behind Miesha if she's still like good.
Yeah, they
You know
will.
what I mean?
They will. Former champion, veteran, pioneer.
I mean,
absolutely.
a lot of people like Miesha. And it's gonna bring back Ronda Rousey vibes, like that whole era.
But like her fan base, Miesha had a real fan base. Like you talking a real fan base, Miesha had a fan base. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Miesha was like one of the first hot girls. You know what I'm saying? That captured that. You know, had the looks and the brawn about her. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll fight and get bloody, but she looks good. She was one of the first like feminine fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like very girly, very feminine fighters. You know what I'm saying? But
and she gave Ronda tough fights.
Yeah, she gave Ronda very tough fights. Absolutely. Oh yeah. But
Ronda broke her arm.
Yeah, Ronda broke her arm. She did. But guys, listen, we have wrapped it up today. I want to give a shout out to Robert Henry. You guys go subscribe to Savage WMMA fan. You guys
don't do it. I good at coach.
shout out to Mina Bay for coming on to the live stream, getting her thoughts out.
Thank you.
I want to give a shout out to PCBH, keeping the comment section rolling. WMMA scene just popping in. Marcus Bell, always in the building, the first ever moderator of No Filter MMA. Combo Breaker 99. No, actually, I think Combo was the first moderator. I don't remember. Combo Breaker 99. Who else was in here? Abdul Diop. Loves Kimberly, of course. Shout out to Loves Kimberly. Man, we had some comment. The comment section was rolling today, man. Woof. Y'all was doing some talking. But yeah, guys, this is your boy BJ. Of course, my girl Miesha Tate is back. Y'all be ready. And new and again, Miesha Cupcake Tate. So let's go get ready for it because it's coming. All right, y'all.
Do they have a date?
Huh?
Do they have a date or?
July 17th, baby.
Dang. Okay.
July 17th is the date of the fight.
Ooh, okay, I'm excited. All right. All right, good night.
All right, Mina Bay. All right, Robert Henry, man. I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, bye, Robert.
Peace
out. Peace.
All right, man. Robert Henry, Mina Bay in the comment section, wrapping it up, of course. You guys know how it go. You guys already know how it go. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing down. And so, yeah, get ready for the outro music. And y'all have a good night.